All right, so now we're taking a look at section 4.4. This might give you a little bit more trouble, but let's take a look. Here we're seeing one. If you are selling your house with a local realtor who requires a 3% commission fee, what can you expect to pay the realtor if your house sells for $185,000? Well, let's take a look here. Well, I think the best way to set this up is to take a look here. So we're talking about a word problem where our commission is 3% of the house sale. Okay, that's how much the realtor is going to get out of this. So it's your commission, you don't know it, call it in, or whatever variable you want. Is means equals, 3% is 0.03, of means multiply, house sale, they give you that, it's 185,000. So in other words, long story short, take 0.03 times 185,000, you come up with $5,550. And if you don't believe me, there's my credibility. I'm trying to redeem myself from last section, guys. Next victim, let's take a look. With the stock price for DGY is $38.21 in June. In July, it's increasing by 7%, but in August, it fell by 7%. What was the price of TGY stock in August? We're going to round to the nearest cent if necessary. Give me a second to get this set up. All right, so I just set this one up and worked it out. So what we're doing is we're taking 7% of your $38.21, and we figured that much out. This is going to be your increase. You're going to get $2.6747. Hold off until rounding until the very end of the problem, okay? Otherwise, we're going to start having rounding errors. So now this is an increase, so we'll add this to the original of $38.21. That puts us up to $40.8847. And now, this is all in July. Now in August, they say your price fell by 7%. So what we need to do is take this total, and we're going to use that as our new total to subtract. So what we need to do is take 7%, right? It fell by 7% of your 40.8847. Multiply that. We're going to actually have a bigger number this time, 2.861929, which makes sense. You're taking 7% of a bigger number of $40 and change versus $38.21. So it will be a bigger number that this will drop by. So we'll subtract, because it's a decrease, we'll subtract, but we have to subtract it from the end of July numbers here. All right, so you subtract it, and we're going to end up with, once you round it, now you can round at the very end, $38.02. And that's exactly what your answer is. All right, if you got questions on this one, let me know, because this one's a little bit dicey, right? All right, let's see what else we've got to choose from here. Your dinner bill is $68. If you leave a 15% tip, how much will the tip be? I hope y'all know how to do this one. Anytime you go to a restaurant, you should know how to do this sort of a problem. But just to play it safe, let's take a look. So what we're doing is we're taking 15% of your original price. So we're just going to go 0.15, right? We have to turn it into a decimal. And we'll multiply that by $68. You'll find your answer being $10.20. And that should do it. All right. I'm not even going to enter that in. It should be able to figure that out. Well, maybe I will, since I'm here. Someone wants closure. Someone always wants closure. There's your closure. Moving on to the next one. Oh, a new iPod costs $122.99 in the store. What will be your total cost if your sales tax is 7.5%? We're going to round to the nearest cent. So here's we're hitting some real world application now. So if we take $122.99, how this works is when they apply the tax, it's we want to turn it into a decimal. You just multiply that 0.075 times your $122.99. And if you work retail or have worked retail, you probably know all these little tricks and things that they teach you in retail. You just figure out over time. But we're looking at $9.22. That's not our total cost. This is just the taxed amount. So what we need to do now is we need to take our 122.99 and we'll add to that the $9.22, and that will give you your new answer of $132.21. And that should be your answer that you would enter in. And if you don't believe me, here's your closure. These types of problems used to drive me nuts because I grew up in Montana where we didn't have sales tax. And when I moved to Minnesota and Utah and other places I've lived, I had to learn how to deal with sales tax after I graduated high school. It was kind of a trip for me. All right, absolute change and percent change for a given situation. Give me just a second to get this one set up. All right, let's take a look here. I'm all set up. So we got a couple formulas we need to use for your absolute change. All that is you're taking the new amount minus the original amount. So your new amount is 19. Your original amount was 76. Subtract them, you get a negative 57. The negative just means you have a decrease, but we're looking at a 57 as our decrease. All right, so if you want to enter in your 57, you can. I don't think you need your, no, you don't need your, in fact, we probably should put absolute value bars here and here so that we see that we have absolute values that we're talking about. So we are looking at 57 there. All right, now your percent change is your absolute change divided by original. So our absolute change was 57 and our original was 76, right? So you divide it, we're looking at a 75% decrease. So just enter in your 75 and you should have your answer. There you go. Hey, that's correct, Ben. Sweet. All right, next one. An online company is advertising a mixer on sale for 55% of your original price of $260.99. What's the sale price for the mixer? Okay, all you're doing there, this is a lot like your discount type problem. Just take 55% of your, so multiply 0.55 times this number. That'll give you how much it's sale, your reduction in sale, and then you just subtract that number from your 260.99 and you should have your answer. I'm going to let you guys try that one out, all right? This next one, a bill for $1 was $40.55. Now we left $6.45 tip. What percentage of the original bill was the tip? All right, give me just a second. Let's work this one out. What am I thinking? All we're doing is dividing. 6.45 divided by 40.55 and then multiply by 100. You've got it. This is, don't overthink this one like I almost did. Indigo Depot is having a clearance sale on their summer items. A swimsuit that originally cost $70 before discount is on sale for 20% off. If the swimsuit is then put on clearance for an additional 40% off the sale price, what is the final price? Okay, I think this one's going to be a little bit labor intensive. Let me get set up to help you read through this problem and how to fix it or solve it. All right, I got us all set up. So this swimsuit, and by the way, our swimsuit's really that expensive? I don't know. My wife always does the shopping for swimsuits, but oh my gosh, $70 swimsuit on sale for 20% off. The easiest thing to do is to understand that by taking 20% off, you're saying that the swimsuit is, you only pay 80% of your original price, right? So long story short, we're going to go 70 times 0.8. So we're looking at $56 if we only had the 20% discount. Fortunately for us, there's more. There's another 20% off for that, or another 40% off for that clearance. So again, same story. 40% means we'll multiply by 60%. So 60% times 56, we're looking at $33.60. And that's your answer. Now, if you wanted to make it go even faster, all you have to do is just take 70 times 0.8 times 0.6, and you'll get there in a big hurry. But that's your answer, and if you don't believe me, ha! There's your closure. Let's take a look at the next one. Brianna is about to list her house for sale by owner. Suppose she needs to allow 6% commission for the buyer's realtor, and then she needs to receive a minimum of $240,900 on the sale. What's the minimum that Brianna can list the house to accommodate both of these requirements? And then we're going to round to the nearest $100. Give me just a second to get set up here. All right, this one's a little trickier, but once you get the hang of it, I think hopefully you'll understand what's happening. So what's happening here is we need to have a minimum sale equaling the original amount minus whatever the amount is going to the commission. And the amount going towards the commission could be the tricky part. So for that amount going towards the commission, what that means is it's the percent commission times the total going towards commission. So reword it to read, the minimum sale is going to equal whatever your original amount is, we don't know that, minus the percent of the commission times that amount going to times the total going towards commission. I hope this makes sense. So in this case, we're taking $240,900. We're going to set that equal to X, and then minus your percent, your 0.06, times your total again, which is X. We don't know that. So you can condense it a little bit. 240,900 equals X minus 0.06X. Now this is a part that sometimes throws people. It's like what to do with this whole X business with algebra. Remember, X you could rewrite as 1X, right? So we're looking at 1 minus 0.06. That's going to be 0.94. So the long story short here is we'll take 240,900 and divide it by 0.94. And that gives us the answer we're looking for. Almost gives us the answer we're looking for of $256,276.60. They want us to round to the nearest $100. Make sure to round correctly here. So $256,300. That's the answer they're after. And if you need closure, there it is. I got it right. Or if you want an easier approach, I mean, that was kind of wordy. Well, it might be easier when you want to look for this whole minimum that you need to clear on this thing. Just take your 240,900 and divide it by whatever 100 minus this percent is, in this case 0.94. Just divide it, boom, done, and you don't have to do all that other work that I went through, all the labor-intensive stuff of figuring out. Okay, for what it's worth. This problem, you're just finding a tip. I'm going to leave that one for you to figure out. I think you can handle it. An online company is advertising a mixer on sale for 15% off the original price. What's the sale price? Hopefully you know how to do this. Just take 0.15 times your original. That'll be your discounted price, so that you'll then subtract off your original, and that'll get you your sale price. This one, it's another tip problem. I'll let you handle that. And this last one, it's another tip problem. Although you want to find the percentage of original bill, so you're just dividing 16.18 divided by 67.82 times 100. You'll have your answer. And that'll take care of 4.4. Enjoy.